All right, guys, so we have a full body workout today. There's some fun moves thrown in there for you as well. So let's get warmed up with our 10 jumping jacks, whether it's high impact or low. And then once you've done 10 jacks, we're gonna alternate 10 front lunges. Keep the lunge nice and small. Again, we're warming up those hips, those knees, those ankles so that we are ready to rock for this full body workout today. Once you have done 10, 5 left, 5 right, we're gonna do some leg swings front and back. Feel free to hold on to something for balance. We're just gonna get that hip a little bit more warmed up, keeping that core nice and tight. Find a focal point for the eyes, it will help with your balance. And then just swing arms opposite leg. And then once you have done 10 swings on each leg, we're gonna come down onto the floor. High plank or push-up position. We're gonna take one foot, step it nice and wide to the same hand, so that's your spider climb. And then take that hand and open up towards the ceiling. That's your rotation. So hands down, step a foot nice and wide, open up towards the ceiling, step that foot back. Same thing, other side. Eyes are gonna follow the hand to the ceiling. Getting a nice little stretch through that hip, chest, and shoulder. Once you have done 10, so 5 on the left, 5 on the right, stay down in your high plank or push-up position. And we'll finish with either 10 plank toe taps or 10 plank jacks. So either jump or step those feet out to the side for 10. And then we're gonna grab a set of dumbbells and we're actually gonna get started on the floor. So our first 2 moves are on the floor. We're gonna do 35 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And we're gonna do each move. How many times are we doing it? Each move 3 times. I had to think for a second. So we're gonna do chest press, move number 1. We're gonna flip it over, plank position, and we're gonna walk the hands. We're gonna do something called a plank walk. So, get yourself set up on the floor. 2 dumbbells for me. Knees bent, feet nice and flat on the floor. 35 seconds on that clock. Here we go. That was super quiet. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's try that again. Here we go. Palms are up. Press all the way up. Tap those arms on the floor. Now, if you happen to have a workout bench at home, feel free to use it. You'll get a bigger range of motion with those arms. When the timer goes, set the weights off to the side, flip it over, high plank position. So we're on our hands, knees or toes. There it is. All right, so flip it over. Everyone's on their hands, knees or toes. Hands underneath the shoulders to start. We're gonna walk those hands out as far as you can and then walk them back under the shoulder. Keeping your abs super tight. Eyes on the floor. Same thing can be done from the knees. And don't worry about how far you walk those hands out. The further you walk them out, the harder. So whether you just go out with 1 step, maybe you'll go out for 2 or 3, make it work for you. We got 5 seconds. We flip it back over and go back to our chest press. Good. And then feel free to make any weight changes, guys, as we go through the rounds. And you get a little bit more warmed up. Here we go. Pressing it all the way up. Back down. Keeping your back pushed down into the floor. So our core is nice and tight. Just tapping those arms on the floor. Try not to let them rest. And then if you need to slow it down, you can. Take a break at the bottom, do 1 press. Take a pause, 1 press. And then we're gonna flip it back over again, and we'll do those plank hand walks. 2 more times. There it is. Flip it over. Now if you want, start on your toes, maybe just do 1 rep, and then drop to the knees if you need to. Make it work for you. And again, don't worry about how far you walk those hands out. Keep that belly button pulled up into the spine, eyes on the floor. Watch that your butt doesn't start creeping up into the air. Make sure your hips don't drop to the floor. Tighten that midsection up. We got 10 seconds, guys. And then we're gonna go back to that chest press. Good, flip it over for me. Grab those 2 dumbbells. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Pressing all the way up, all the way down. Nice big full range of motion. Keeping that core nice and tight. Just tap the arms on the floor. Slow it down if you need to. And then we're going to go into those plank hand walks one more time. Good work, guys. There it is. All right, flip it over for me. Last time with these plank hand walks, and then we're going to stand it up. All right, here we go. Walk it out. Keep that belly button pulled up into the spine. Don't worry about how far you walk those hands out. Good work, guys. Come on. 15 seconds left. We're going to come on up, grab some water, and I'm going to show you the next move. 5 seconds. There it is, guys. Come on up, grab some water for me. Now, if you have a mini band at home, feel free to pull that out. And then probably some lighter weights than what you just did the chest press with, but we're gonna do a rotational punch. So probably a little lighter. And then if you have a mini band, what you're going to do with it, and if you don't have one, no worries. But if you put the mini band on above the knee, it's gonna be easier. If you put it on around the shins, more of a challenge on those glutes. Okay, so what's gonna happen? We're gonna grab a seat and we're gonna step out on a 45 degrees, bring the feet together, 45, and we're just gonna go back and forth, back and forth. So that mini band is just gonna create more tension. That is it. And then 2 dumbbells for rotational punches. So we're gonna start with the monster walk, then we go into those punches. So throw that mini band on if you have one. Here we go. So grab a seat, out, together, out, together, out, together. Keep that chest up, keep those hips pushed back. The lower you can stay in the squat, the bigger you make your steps, the more you're gonna feel that butt start to kick in. Good, 10 seconds left. And then 2 dumbbells, rotational punches. 5 seconds, guys, come on. All right, 2 dumbbells for me. Rotational punches, so starting up at the ears. We're gonna punch across the body, pull it back. So belly button pulled into the spine. I want you to rotate hip, knee, and ankle, and get that arm parallel to the floor. Try not to let it drop. You got it, come on. Don't worry about your speed. Control the movement. We got 10 seconds left. We're gonna go back to those monster walks. Now, if you're using a mini band, you could keep that mini band on for these punches. Just drop the band down. Just drop the band down closer to the ankles, and then that way you've got more room to move the legs. All right, monster walks. Grab a seat. Out and in. Good. See if we're on 2. See if you can maybe make your steps a little bit bigger, or maybe you can sit down a little bit lower. You got it, guys. Eyes up, chest up. Try not to look down at your feet. We got 10 seconds, and then we get to go back into those rotational punches. You can use the same weight, you can go heavier, you can go lighter. It's a Friday, so let's challenge ourselves. All right, guys, grab those 2 dumbbells for me. Hands up, knees soft, tighten up that core. Punch across, come back. So I'd rather you go slow and control the movement than race through it and end up with a sore shoulder, sore elbows. So just take your time. Speed it up if you want, if you start to feel more comfortable with the weight. We got 15 seconds left. And we're gonna do each move one more time, starting with those monster walks. We got 5, 4, 3, 2. Good work, guys. All right, last round with these monster walks. Grab a seat, step it out, feet together, out. Remember, chest up, hips back, core tight. Make those steps as big as you can. Now, if you have a mini band on, your steps might not be as big, and that's okay. As long as you can feel some tension starting on those glutes. We got 10 seconds left. One more time with those dumbbell punches. And then I got a fun dumbbell complex coming up next. Good, shake it out, guys. Grab those 2 dumbbells. Hands up, knees soft, tighten up that core. Punch across, come back. Rotate hip, knee, and ankle, guys. Full body rotation through those legs. Keeping those arms parallel to the floor as you punch across the body. 15 seconds. We're gonna grab some water, and I'm gonna show you this dumbbell complex. You got it, come on. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice work, guys. Grab some drinks. Like it's the weekend already. Grab some water. And all you need is 1 dumbbell. You can also use a kettlebell for this as well, so you choose. But how this looks, I need you to pick a side, left or right. We're gonna come down. We're gonna do a deadlift. We're gonna do a row. From here, as we stand up out of the deadlift position, we're gonna clean to the shoulder. 1 squat, 1 press. Got it? I'm gonna talk you guys through it. And like I said, if you have a kettlebell, kettlebells work perfect for this as well. All right, pick a side, guys. Here we go. So deadlift, row, clean it up. Squat, 1 arm press. Come on back down. Push those hips back. 1 row. Clean it up. Drop it down. 1 press. Push those hips back. Good, you got it. Use the momentum of getting out of that deadlift position to do the clean. Keep that core nice and tight. We got 5 seconds left. And then we're going to do the other side. Nice work. Keep the same weight from one side to the next. And then if you want to up it for round 2, you can do that. All right. Deadlift. Row. Clean it up. Drop it down. 1 press. Reset. Keep that core tight, guys. Take your time with it. No rush. Push those hips back. Drive that elbow up. Clean it up. Drop into that squat. Getting bicep to ear for that overhead press. 10 seconds. That's it, guys. 5 seconds left. We're gonna go back to that first side. Good. Now, if you want to make a weight change, now's the time to do it. We're gonna go back to that first side. All right, push those hips back. 1 row. Clean it up. Drop it down. 1 press. Good. Hips row, clean, squat, press. Good. Keep that weight close to the body for the clean. Always keeping those abs nice and tight. We got 10 seconds left on that timer. You got it, guys. 5 seconds. Come on, we're gonna switch sides. Nice work. Keep the same weight from one side to the next. All right, here we go. Deadlift. Row. Clean it up. Drop it down. One press. Good. Hips back. Row. Hook. Nice. It's a nice flow once you get going on it. And we have 10 seconds left. We're gonna grab some water and we're gonna move on to another superset pair. In 3, 2. You got it. Grab some water, guys, if you need it. Next 2 moves. We're gonna do some calf raises. You can hold on to dumbbells, you can go body weight. If you have a staircase close by, feel free to put the balls of the feet on the edge of the step, and you'll just be able to get more range, right? You won't have the floor to stop you. So we're gonna do some calf raises first. So that's your first 35 seconds. Then I need one dumbbell. Go a little bit heavier if you've got it. We're gonna push the hips back. We're gonna hold on to one dumbbell, and we're gonna go into what's called a dagger row. So we're gonna bring the dumbbell in towards the belly button. All right, guys, we got some calf raises to get us rocking and rolling, with or without some weight. Here we go. So I want you to get all the balls of the feet as high as you can. Tap that floor, pop it up. Now, feel free to hold on to a wall, a chair, with one hand, and then keep a weight in the other, or just go body weight. Hold it for an extra second at the top. Really feel those calves tighten up. We have about 10 seconds left here. We're gonna grab that one heavy dumbbell, and we're gonna get set up for that dagger row. 5, 4, 3, 2, nice. All right, guys, find something a little bit heavier if you have it. We're gonna soften the knees, we're gonna push that butt back, we're gonna hold on to the dumbbell, drive into the belly button, and release. Chest out, shoulder blades together. I want you to feel that mid-back contract as you drive those elbows up and back. Good, eyes are on the floor. Make sure your back doesn't start to round out. Push the hips back, pull the shoulders back. Hold that position and then go into that dagger row. 10 seconds, come on. We're gonna go back to those calf raises in 5, 4, 3, 2. Good, stand it up, take that posture break, guys. Grab the weight if you are using for those calf raises. Feel free to make any weight changes if you need to. Pop it up, come on back down. Keep the shoulders down and relaxed. Getting up onto those tippy toes as high as you can. Take an extra second at the top. Feel those calves contract. Nice. You can always start with 2 dumbbells, drop down to 1, finish body weight. Whatever allows you to get through these last 10 seconds here. And then we are back to that dagger row. If you want to go heavier or lighter with that row, make that change. Good. Shake those calves out. Grab that dumbbell for me. Soften the knees. Push those hips back. Roll the shoulders back. Hold it. And then row. Driving those elbows up and back. You should feel that mid-back contract as that elbow comes up and back. Hold for an extra second at the top. If you need to feel that contraction a little bit better, keep that belly button pulled into the spine. We need to support the lower back in this hinged position. Come on, 10 seconds. And we're back to those calf raises. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice. All right, guys, we got one more of each. Back to those calf raises. And then I have another fun one coming up. Here we go. Pop it up. Our next move, I know we have calf raises and one more dagger row. But for our last move, you can do with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. It's kind of fun. It's a little bit of a kettlebell one arm swing variation. Good, 15 seconds, guys. Hold for that extra second at the top. Feel those calves tighten up. 10 seconds. One more time with that dagger row. And if you think you can go a bit heavier, make that weight change. Good. Nice work. All right, guys, dagger row. Soften those knees, push those hips back, pull the shoulders back. Drive that dumbbell in towards the belly button. Chest out. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. I want you to feel that mid back. If you start to feel the lower back, stand up a little bit out of it. But I want you to try and keep that chest almost parallel to the floor if you can. We have 10 seconds, guys. We're gonna grab some water. We're gonna grab one dumbbell or kettlebell, and I'm gonna show you this gunslinger move. In 4, 3, 2. Nice work, guys. Grab a quick drink. So I'm gonna show you a dumbbell and a kettlebell, so in case you have a kettlebell, you can see it in action. What you're gonna do is pick a side, left or right. You're gonna keep your palms or your arm in a neutral grip. So not here, here. Feet are a little bit wider, so we're gonna do one swing, but as you come up out of the swing, you're gonna drive the elbow back, like you're gunslinging, right? So, here we go. So how it looks, swing, drive it back, swing, drive it back, almost like you're trying to elbow somebody behind you. Now, if you have a kettlebell, same thing, right? You're gonna do one swing, drive that elbow back, drive that elbow back. So it's the same idea, just a different tool. All right, guys, choose your weight that you want to use for this gunslinger. Pick a side, left or right. Here we go. So one swing, pull that elbow back. So it's one nice fluid motion. We're not swinging that dumbbell up very high. We're still pushing those hips back, keeping the core tight and chest up. Good, come on, 10 seconds. And then we get to switch sides. Woo, 2 seconds. Good, park that weight. Same thing, other side. So keep the same weight from one side to the next. All right, here we go. Tight pass, pull that elbow back. Keeping those eyes up, try not to look down at your feet. Driving that elbow back. Abs nice and tight. Good, we got 15 seconds, guys. We're gonna do each side one more time, and then we get to stretch. The last 10. Come on, in 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Now, if you want to make a weight change, now's the time to do it. We're going to do each side one more time, and we're done. All right, soften those knees. Push those hips back. High pass. Drive that elbow back. Keep that core nice and tight, guys, to support the lower back. Chest up. Push those hips back, just like you do for a regular one or two handed swing. 15 seconds left on this side. That's it, guys. Come on, come on, come on. 5 seconds left. One more side to do. Nice, shake it out. I need 35 more seconds. We're gonna grab some water, then we stretch. All right, push those hips back. Here we go. High pass. Push that elbow back or drive that elbow back. That's it, come on. Last 35 seconds, guys, you got this. 15 In 3, 2, park it. Nice work, guys. Grab some water for me. Meet me down on the floor, and we're gonna get you guys all stretched out. We're gonna start on our back. We're gonna pull those knees into the chest. We're gonna give them a nice big hug. Take guys 2 or 3 nice big deep breaths. Rock it out from side to side if that helps. Get into the lower back a bit more. And then we're gonna bring those arms out to the side like the letter T. Drop those knees. And I want you to hold it here for 1 second. Just keep the knees bent. I want you to take that opposite arm. And I want you to bring it up and over or beside the ear. And then I want you to bring it down beside your hips. So we're gonna do these half circles. And I want you just to get into that shoulder a little bit more. We're just gonna do 3. And then after you've done 3 of these half arm circles, keep that arm out on that T position. And then if you want a deeper stretch in the hip, extend that top leg. And then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So drop both knees, hold it here, so keep those knees bent. Bring that arm up and overhead, and then bring it down alongside your hips. And you may find one shoulder a little bit better than the other. You want to keep the arm down on the floor as best as you can. And once you've done 3 of these half moon circles, and you want a deeper stretch in the hip, stop at that 90-degree mark and then extend that top leg. And then we'll bring those legs back to center. We'll bring one leg up, grabbing above or below the knee or the toe. Get your leg nice and straight. Extend the opposite leg if you want to go deeper. Take 1 or 2 nice big deep breaths. And then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So grabbing above or below the knee or the toe, get the leg straight first. And then extend the opposite leg for a deeper stretch. 1 or 2 nice big deep breaths. And then we're going to go into that figure 4. So either push the hand away, or push the knee away with the hand, or grab onto that uncrossed leg and pull it in for a deeper hip stretch. Nice work, guys. And then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Push that knee away or pull the leg in. 1 or 2 big deep breaths, and then we're gonna rock and roll and sit all the way up. Legs straight out in front for me. Reaching for ankles, shoelaces, toes. Getting another stretch into the lower back, hamstrings, and the calves. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, grab onto those ankles, push those knees down for a nice inner leg stretch. And then one leg's going to come out in front. We're going to cross the leg over, give ourselves a big hug, and go into a spinal twist. And every time you exhale out of a breath, see if you can twist a little bit further into that stretch. And then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. We're going to flip ourselves over, and we're going to come onto our hands, and we're going to come onto our knees. I want you to take one hand, we're going to thread it under, and we're going to drop the shoulder and then drop the hips. We're going to get in through the back of the shoulder. Feel free to play around with the body position so that you can feel that stretch. And then we'll come up out of it, and we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Thread that needle, drop that shoulder. Good. And then coming back onto our hands and knees, flex the feet, push those hips up, heels into the floor. Get your head between the shoulders. And then from here, I want you to take one leg, bring it up to the ceiling, and then bring that knee in to the same wrist. We're going to slide that back leg back. We're going to go into a pigeon stretch for those hips. The higher you stay, the less stretch. The more you can work your way down to the floor, the deeper the stretch is gonna get. So play around with that. Take about 2 or 3 nice big deep breaths. And then when you're ready, you're gonna flex that back foot. You're gonna come up onto the hands if you're not already there. Push those hips back up. Push the heels back into the floor. Other leg comes up. Bring knee to wrist. Slide that back leg back and sit into that nice hip stretch. Getting lower if you want. Again, 2 or 3 nice big deep breaths. You may find one side tighter than the other. And then we're gonna slowly work our way back onto the hands. Flex that back foot. Push those hips up, heels into the floor. And then we're gonna walk our feet towards our hands and we're gonna hang like a rag doll. Push those shoulder blades apart. And then slowly start to stand it up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing those shoulders down and back, interlacing those hands. And we're gonna open up through the chest. Stick that chest out, keep those shoulders down. And then we're gonna bring one arm up. Let's go into a nice tricep stretch. And then switching sides whenever you're ready. And then we're gonna finish with a quad stretch. So we're gonna grab onto an ankle, glue those knees together, push that hip forward. And then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Bring those knees together, push that hip forward. And then you guys are done. Way to go, guys. I threw in some nice little complexes there. You guys all did amazing today. Have a great rest of the day. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next class.